How's it going out there, YouTubers and all social media lands? Welcome to an all-new video. In this video, we're going to be contemplating what the top 5 best, or in my opinion, top 5 best Christopher Nolan films are. So we're going to get right into that. But before we get into that, don't forget, if you haven't already, hit that subscribe button, people, and make sure you hit that bell notification button so you don't miss out and be notified on anytime I put up new content. That's right, people. So let's get right in this video and see what those top 5 are. So welcome all social media lands and YouTubers and all subsequent places. Welcome to an all-new video. So like I was saying before, we're going to be doing a top 5, in my opinion, of the best Christopher Nolan films. So we're going to get right into this. So, if you're not familiar with Christopher Nolan, he's directed a whole bunch of great films over the years. A couple of the films that didn't make the cut that he's recently done is such as Dunkirk. He's got Tenet that's supposed to be released this year, but has been indefinitely taken off the list for this year so far. He also has done a few other films over the years that were considered huge success, like The Dark Knight Rises and Batman Begins, and so forth. But a couple films that I think are his 5 best films we're going to be talking about today. So let's get, like I said, right into that. So coming in at number 5 on the list, number 5, people, is none other than a great film that I think is a 20-year-old gem that is just really fun, had a great cast, and just really showed kind of the beginnings of how great Christopher Nolan was going to be as a director and a writer. And that, of course, is the film called Memento. Oh yeah, Memento. Oh yeah. So if you're not familiar with what Memento basically is about, basically it is about the main character who's played by Guy Pearce. And basically he has no ability to retain short-term memory. And the whole movie is basically a bunch of flashbacks and different scenes of him dealing with certain circumstances, with trying to deal with his disability and trying to figure out this case of who murdered his wife. And it's just a really well-rounded film, really fantastically written, and just a really interesting film too. But I put this one at the very bottom of my list, simply the fact that I feel that because this was one of his earlier works, he was still kind of working on the kinks of making it the best it could be, because this definitely was a great film. But at the same time, I felt that there was a lot of ends and you got a little bit confused sometimes, and he didn't do very well of cohesively making that. And so that's why I would put this as number 5 on my list of my top 5 Christopher Nolan films. But still is on my top 5 because it's a fantastic film. So coming in at number 4 on my list, number 4 is a great film that came out back in 2006. And is a Christian Bale / Hugh Jackman, Scarlett Johansson film that I think Christopher Nolan did a great job of creating. And then, of course, the film called The Prestige. Oh yeah, The Prestige. Magic. Anyway, so The Prestige is a great film, and if you're not familiar with what The Prestige is about, basically it's about 2 magicians that are competing to be the greatest magicians in the world. And basically the whole film's about them kind of basically battling each other out to be the best magician, and kind of the people that fall in between and get sucked into their world. And you have David Bowie was in it, Michael Caine, like I said, Scarlett Johansson. It's a really well-made film, and I thought Christopher Nolan did a great job with it and gives us this really great kind of new magician look. And probably made a lot of people want to be magicians again, because especially during the time period that he decided to make this film in was around the turn of the century, so it was still like a really big thing at the time. So it's a really well-rounded film, and I thought this one was a tad bit better than Memento, and that's why it came in at 4th on my top 5 movie list of Christopher Nolan. So coming in at number 3 on the list, number 3, people, number 3 is none other than the middle film in the trilogy of the Batman Begins series. And I think out of all the Batman films that Christopher Nolan directed, this was definitely the best of the trilogy. And then, of course, is the film called The Dark Knight. Oh yeah, Dark Knight. Oh yeah, I'm Batman. Anyway, so the great Dark Knight film, which was so beautifully directed and made by Christopher Nolan, is the best, I feel, out of all the Batman Begins films. From Batman Begins to Dark Knight Rises, this one, hands down, is my all-time favorite. Now, this film also just was a really amazing because it was the last amazing, great performance by Heath Ledger, I feel. And he just played the Joker to the T. And even the fact that they replaced Rachel Dawson in the film with Maggie Gyllenhaal from Katie Holmes for the first film, thought was a really great idea too. And then you also have Harvey Dent and Two-Face make an appearance in this film, played by the really great, amazing Aaron Eckhart, which he did a phenomenal job playing the character, especially the way they took it and decided to go and make his look and everything was really interesting too as well. And I just thought it was a really well-rounded performance by Aaron Eckhart as well. But this is just hands down, I think, a really fantastic film. From the script to the scenery to just the whole idea behind this film was just on point perfection and a really great sequel and a great addition to that trilogy. And I just think it's the best of the trilogy. If you haven't seen The Dark Knight, definitely check out, people. It's worth the watch. And that's why it's number 3 on my list. So coming in at number 2 on my list of the top 5 Christopher Nolan films, of my opinion, is none other than a great film that came out in 2010 and just had its 10th anniversary this year and is a fantastic Leonardo DiCaprio film with a huge ensemble cast, Inception! Oh yeah, Inception! So Inception is a great 2010 film with a great cast from Leonardo DiCaprio to Ellen Page, Marion Cotillard, Joseph Gordon-Levitt, Cillian Murphy, Tom Berenger, Lucas Haas. You also have the awesome Tom Hardy in it. I mean, this movie has a really fantastic cast. And this was by far, I feel, a really amazing film by Christopher Nolan. I thought this was his best to date at 2010. And he just really brought it, and the CGI work and the whole concept of the film was just an amazing idea. And just the whole idea of implanting, memories into people through dreams was a really amazing concept too. So if you're not familiar with what it's about, basically the premise of Inception is Leonardo DiCaprio is kind of on the run for the law because he is being, they think that he killed his wife. So this rich benefactor that can do things in the law basically asks him to implant a memory into a person to give him his freedom to go back home, basically. And pretty much the film is about him assembling his team and being able to do that so he can get home to his family. It's a really amazing film. If you haven't seen it, definitely check it out. Worth a watch. And that's why this is on my 5 top best films of Christopher Nolan at number 2, because this movie was amazing and hands down great CGI perfection. So that brings me to the first and final film in my top 5 of Christopher Nolan. And that, of course, you probably have figured out. A lot of people are like, oh, is it Dunkirk? Or is it Interstellar? No. This is a very underrated, amazing film that Christopher Nolan made back in 2002 that I don't think gets enough recognition for how amazing of a film it is. And it stars the late, great Robin Williams and Al Pacino and Hilary Swank. And that, of course, the film is Insomnia. Oh yeah, Insomnia, people. Oh my god, such an amazing freaking film. Saw this in theaters back in 2002, was captivated the whole time watching it, and Christopher Nolan, hands down, made this film amazing. The whole concept, the whole writing, the whole idea behind it was just perfection and fun, and a great mystery thriller type of film. Now, if you're not familiar with what the premise of the film is, basically what it is out in this Alaskan town, there's a murder, and they can't find the murderer, and so they call in big-time, investigator guy, Mr. Al Pacino, and basically he gets sent there to basically capture and stop this serial killer guy, or this guy that has killed this teen, and basically it's about cat and mouse between him and Ron Williams playing the villain in the film, and basically kind of coming to terms with his own demons too, of things he's done in the past, Mr. Al Pacino. It's a really fantastically well-done film, really amazing. I mean, for its time, the CGI was really well done, the construction, the sequences, the action, the mystery, the writing was all on point. And that's why this one's my top number 1 film of Christopher Nolan of all time, and it always will be, because this film was his perfection, his magnus opus. It was so amazing and well done, and a really great film. If you haven't seen it, definitely check it out, people. It's worth a watch. A really fantastic film, and just really well executed. So that's it for this top 5 of Christopher Nolan films, people. As always, thank you for watching, thank you for liking, and also thank you for being a subscriber. As always, people, make sure you check out the awesome link down below about the awesome Horror Pack. Now, the Horror Pack is a great subscription service where you can get horror films right to your door every month for a great low price. Now, you can either get DVD format or Blu-ray format, where they're also introducing 4Ks into boxes now. So if that's something that interests you, check out that link down below, people, because it's really worth it. And it's a great, amazing box. And I actually just recently did a unboxing of July's Horror Pack, so make sure to check out that awesome link above at the end of watching this video, people, because you're really going to find it really interesting and fun. So if that's something, like I said, that interests you, definitely check out that link down below, people. So it's a really awesome subscription service, and it's a great price. And also, that link down below will get you a discount on your first month, too, on your subscription pack. So definitely check it out, people. And as always, catch you in the next one.